Hello everyone, I'm Donna Bush with this special tropical storm update here on CIG television this Thursday. Residents here in Grand Cayman were affected by Tropical Storm Grace as the storm passed with heavy winds and rainfall just last week. Earlier today, the Cayman Islands were placed under another tropical storm warning. Here's forecaster Shamal Clarke with details on the impending storm.
Now, as of 10 a.m. this morning, the government of the Cayman Islands issued a tropical storm warning for the Cayman Islands. Now, what that means is that within the next 36 hours, we anticipate tropical storm force conditions across the islands. In this case, given the proximity of Tropical Depression 9, the effects are expected to begin sometime this evening. So that 36-hour window has now narrowed to more of a 12-hour window as of the 10 o'clock update this morning. Now, the current or the latest forecast track has a system moving over Grand Cayman tonight at about 1 a.m. The system is currently about 210 miles southeast of Grand Cayman, moving northwest at about 13 miles per hour. On the current track, the onset of tropical storm force winds should begin in Grand Cayman about 7 to 8 p.m. this evening, and the system is expected to pass directly over Grand Cayman about 1 a.m. tonight, or rather overnight. The system should then move in a northwest direction, and we should see a decrease in winds and a desist of tropical storm force conditions as of 6:30 tomorrow morning. Now, given the Kona error and how the system has been behaving in the past day, we have to be very careful in terms of taking the exact cone as gospel at the moment. We just need to realize that there is a Kona error for a reason, and depending on which direction the system swings, whether or not it swings slightly north, whether or not it swings slightly south, that will either enhance stuff for the sister islands and possibly kind of reduce some of the impacts over Grand Cayman, as well as it could do the opposite. So we urge residents to pay attention to what's happening. Tune into your local media networks. Check Cayman Prepared. You could visit our Facebook page, the Cayman Islands National Weather Service. You could check our website, weather.gov.ky, for more information. We'll be putting out the latest information as well as the impacts on the Cayman Islands as they come in. So once we get this new data, we'll put it out to the public, and you guys could grab it from wherever you normally get your source. And just be mindful, the local media sources, it's important to follow that information, because we'll be given not just the general conditions, but more specific to the Cayman Islands, how these effects will be in the next day or so. Now, in terms of what kind of conditions we can anticipate over the next 2 days, the models are calling for somewhere between 2 to 4 inches of rainfall, over a per day period. We anticipate somewhere between 2 to 4 inches of rainfall for tonight to tomorrow, and likewise for Friday to Saturday, another 2 to 4 inches. Now, bear in mind that there is the possibility that we could see an excess in terms of rainfall, which might get up to about 12 inches of rainfall. So there is the possibility that might happen. So again, we urge residents to just pay attention to what's happening as this system develops. Now, in terms of wave heights, a marine warning is in effect for all 3 islands from tonight. Wave heights are expected to be around 7 to 9 feet. And for tomorrow, we expect wave heights to be about 8 to 10 feet. So the marine warning will still be in effect for tomorrow. As of Saturday, the winds are expected to gradually decrease, so then the marine warning will desist, and we'll have a small craft warning in effect, which the wave heights are expected to be about 4 to 6, maybe 5 feet in wave heights. In terms of what to anticipate wind-wise, right now, as it stands based on the last forecast, the winds are expected to be about 35 to 40 knot winds. So that's just in the ballpark of I want to say just a beginning tropical storm. But the system is in an area favorable for development. So there is a possibility that as the system drifts away from the Cayman Islands, that we should see some strengthening in the system. So again, I can't stress enough, you guys just pay attention to the developments of the system, because things could change, things could either intensify and you want to be able to know what's happening so you could plan accordingly. And I'm hoping that everybody that's listening right now would have already had their plans in place. And given what we experienced a week ago, I know the ground is fully saturated right now, so an additional 2 to 4 inches per day will definitely lead to some flooding in low-lying areas. So persons, you know your areas, you know the conditions that normally happen with this kind of system and those kind of rainfall. So please be mindful of that and ensure that everything that you have or you need to is secured. And again, stay tuned for more information.
Again, a reminder to listen to reliable government sources for your updates, including weather.gov.ky, caymanprepared.ky, gov.ky, and Radio Cayman. The Cayman Islands government's social media pages will also be updated accordingly. Thank you for joining us for this special update. Stay safe, everyone.